Today's topic of discussion is mucocele. Mucocele is collection of mucin in the subepithelial connective tissue leading to formation of a cyst. There are two types based on where the mucin gets collected. One is the mucus retention type. The other one is the mucus extravasation type. Now the mucus retention type will draw and understand. See, this is the oral mucosa and we'll draw the ducts. This is the excretory duct which is connecting to the acinar portion of the salivary gland. This is the salivary acini with their intercalated ducts. These are the cells of the acini and the ductal cells. Very quickly and roughly I am drawing, and we shall just draw all the cells of these acini. Now the function of the acini is to produce the saliva. So all these ducts are lined by the epithelial cells, ductal epithelial cells. Now we will put a blockage and now we'll label everything. So this is the excretory duct of the salivary gland. This is the orifice, that is the opening of the salivary gland into the oral mucosa, and that's the oral mucosa. This is the duct again, and these are the acinar system. Here now you can see that the acini are producing the saliva. This color indicates saliva, the mucin, and this mucin keeps flowing through the ductal system to be excreted into the oral cavity. And here is the mucin. I'll just show that. Here is a stone in between which is blocking the ductal system, which is basically the ceallolith. Okay, let's discuss the causes later, but now we have the ceallolith which is blocking the ductal system. Now what happens when the saliva flows in this portion? So what happens is the saliva keeps flowing inside the ductal system and it gets pulled here in the duct because it cannot travel to the orifice, leading to pulling of mucin and distension of the ductal epithelium, leading to the mucus cyst or the mucus retention type of cyst. Okay, this is one type of mucocele. The causes for it are basically, the first one, you know that there is a ceallolith, the stone inside the ductal system, or it can be a tumorous mass which is compressing on the duct, or it can be a fibrosed duct, or can be a thick mucinous plug blocking the duct, leading to collection of saliva and pooling of it, leading to mucus retention type of cyst. Now let's understand how this mucus extravasation type of mucocele occurs. Here we are drawing again the oral mucosa and the excretory duct and the acinar system of the salivary gland. Now we will just draw quickly the cells of the acini and the ductal cells. These are the cells which produce the saliva. So roughly I am drawing, please pardon my drawing. Here is the ductal system and the oral mucosal cells. Okay, now we have all these system established and the saliva being produced by the salivary acini. Let's just quickly draw these saliva. So it is flowing into the orifice. Let's just label them. This is the oral mucosa and the orifice through which the saliva is pouring into the oral cavity, the duct and the acinar system. This is the acini. Now in extravasation type, there is severance of the duct. So a part of the duct is cut, because of which what happens, the saliva which is flowing will pool into the connective tissue. And when the saliva flows into the connective tissue cells will take it as foreign body and start producing reaction to it. And here is the condensation of connective tissue around the mucus, leading to the cystic cavity kind of arrangement. And also definitely there is inflammatory reaction to this mucin. A lot of inflammatory cells and vascularity will appear, leading to the formation of granulation reaction or the granulation tissue formation around the pooled mucin. So this is mucin pooling, and this is the mucocele, which is the extravasation type of mucocele. So the causes for the mucus extravasation type of cyst are basically the trauma, such as lip bite or cheek bite, and it most commonly occurs on the lower lip where the trauma is very common in young children. Clinically, the mucocele will appear, as you can see on a lower lip, there is a dome shaped mass with the bluish translucency. So, this is the very common presentation of mucocele. Sometimes, if it is a deep seated mucocele, the color of the mucocele will be similar to the normal oral mucosa. Another interesting form of mucocele occurring on the floor of the mouth involving the sublingual salivary gland is the ranula. Rana in Latin means frog. This cyst resembles the underbelly of the frog, hence called as ranula. Sometimes this ranula will dehisce the mylohyoid muscle and reach the submandibular area, and such ranula, what you can see here, is called as plunging ranula. Now coming to the histopathology of mucocele. First we will learn the mucus retention type of cyst, histopathology. We know that the mucin is getting collected inside the ductal system. So this histopathologically we will be seeing epithelial lining, that is a ductal epithelial lining in which we have the mucin collected, and the stroma will show some condensation around this cystic cavity, and very importantly, of course, we will see some inflammatory cells, and we see in the vicinity of this cyst we see the mucus acini and these are the mucus acini and the feeder duct. So this is very important to understand this concept. Whenever we see such a cystic cavity, we have to look for the acini. So this is the cystic lining, that is the ductal epithelium. This is the lumen with the mucin. We have the connective tissue capsule and inflammatory cells, of course. This is the feeder duct and the salivary acini in the vicinity, and we should also label the inflammatory component. Because of this epithelial lining, this cyst is called as true cyst. Now what do we see in the histopathology of mucus extravasation type of mucocele? Here there is mucin pooling. As we can see, this pooled mucin will act as foreign body to the connective tissue around. So there will be walling off of this mucin by condensed connective tissue, and there will be immense inflammatory reaction to this mucin. And you will see blood vessels in it. Okay, these are the blood vessels. And we will be also seeing in the vicinity of this cyst the mucus acini, the acini of the salivary gland, and the feeder duct which is feeding the cystic lumen with the mucin. So this is the cystic lumen, cystic space with mucin. Then there is condensed connective tissue, which is basically the granulation tissue, and the blood vessels and the inflammatory reaction. And we see the feeder duct and the salivary acini in the vicinity of this cyst. These inflammatory cells are basically the macrophages come to eat up the mucin, which are called as muciphages. Now this mucus extravasation type without any epithelial lining is called as the pseudocyst. This is a pseudocyst. So the mucus retention type with epithelial lining is a true cyst. Mucus extravasation type without epithelial lining is a pseudocyst. Treatment of mucocele, whether it is mucus retention type or mucus extravasation type, they will resolve given some time. So resolve on their own after some time, but sometimes if they are very large, they have to be surgically removed. So just understand that if we remove only the cystic part, the feeder ducts will keep feeding the lumen and there will be recurrence. So this is wrong treatment. Recurrence will happen because of the feeder ducts present there. This is a wrong system. So what we need to do is to remove the cyst in its entirety along with the feeder duct. So when we surgically remove the cyst, it should be removed with the feeder duct. Guys, I hope that the concept of mucocele is clear now, both mucus retention type and the extravasation type. I hope this will also help you to learn to draw the histopathology diagram better. Next video will be about drawing of mucocele. Thanks for watching this video. Please share, like and subscribe to this channel. See you all soon. Bye.